Hi all and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all doing okay. I must apologise for the lack of uploads recently, but I just felt like I needed a break because I looked at the statistics on the channel and it just looks to me like it's going backwards. So I thought, right, I need a break from this. But anyway, let's see how it goes. It's basically the watch hours are just going down and down and down. I guess that's probably because of the summer break last year where you don't upload as much content. And like I've said before, I'm certainly not going to be uploading clickbait content just to see me through the summer break, so probably my own fault then really. But anyway, let's get on with this, because first of all I'm going to talk about David Croft. So Sky Sports F1 commentator David Croft believes that Mercedes' chances of bringing Max Verstappen to the team in 2025 are still on. Croft said, "Let's go back to Monaco, where the Verstappen to Mercedes rumours started being talked about again. Now I'm not sure what's changed since the opening race of the season and Monaco, so that it all went a bit quiet in between, and then someone might have come to the race in Monaco that we hadn't seen at the track for a while that might be quite close to Max Verstappen." Mentioning no names on that one, but you get the impression, and I had a couple of wonderful text messages over the Monaco weekend from people who'd heard Jos talking and saying, "Max, going to Mercedes, you know, that's not dead in the water yet." It's quite clear that there's still a bit of ground that needs to be resolved in that particular conversation. Logically, Max stays exactly where he is, but when has logic ever formed part of a discussion on this one, especially in Formula 1? And to be honest, I kind of forgotten about the Max to Mercedes thing, because there's nothing been mentioned for a long time, but you know, Jos comes back to the paddock and look what happens. Anyway, then I want to move on to Helmut Marko, because he's revealed that he has made a truce with Red Bull team principal Christian Horner over an ongoing power struggle inside Red Bull. It's believed the team are at risk of losing out to Ferrari and McLaren in both championships if their current trajectory continues. Red Bull's recent on-track performance have made Marko and Horner put their differences aside. Marko said, "We have made a truce. We will have to join forces. Even if we are no longer superior, we want to win, but we definitely need to make the most of it and look towards the world title." And also, Max Verstappen confirmed the fears with the RB20 himself. He said, "We have to wait and see. New surface as well, I think. That might also give us some surprises, but it is probably also not going to be our strongest weekend because of that. But probably a little bit better than Monaco. We struggle on any track that is bumpy or has curbs or have to ride a lot of the curbs, so the street circuits will probably be a little bit tricky, but hopefully by then we'll have a little bit of understanding of what is going on." If Jos Verstappen is back in the paddock for the Canadian Grand Prix, I wonder how long this truce will last. That'll be an interesting one to watch. Then I want to move on to Charles Leclerc, because he's accused Helmut Marko and Lando Norris of playing mind games when saying Ferrari are favourites heading into certain race weekends. Ferrari are thought to be the favourites heading into the Canadian Grand Prix on Sunday, but Leclerc does not want to be pressured by such comments. Leclerc said, "They always say that, whether it's Helmut one weekend or Lando the other. Nobody wants to go into a weekend and hear they are the favourite, so you are never going to hear me say, we are 100% the favourites this weekend. You've got to throw the ball to your closest opponents. I think it might not be the true picture once we hit the track. I think the reality is we are so closely matched between those three teams. On-track characteristics, Montreal is very difficult to pinpoint a favourite, and it will be down to the one that does the better job. As well as that, the rain is going to be here this weekend. We haven't really driven with these cars yet in the rain, so we'll see how each car is performing in those conditions." And the comments Leclerc is referring to were made on Media Day, which was yesterday, Thursday. Norris had said, "They, Ferrari, are favourites, and with curb riding, which is a big part around here, it is going to be close. It is impossible for me to say if it is going to be us, Ferrari, or Red Bull on top. And that is exciting because none of us really know, and it's going to be very close, as it has the last 3 or 4 weeks. But Ferrari is probably the favourite because of the decent straight line speed, and I know they complained a bit, but they should try and just put a little bit less rear wing on. But as an all-round car, I think they probably have one that suits this track the best, but we will find out tomorrow. While Marko stopped short of naming Ferrari as the team to beat, he did play down Red Bull's chances of returning to the top step of the podium. He said, "The fact is, we are not going to Canada as favourites. However, if the rain comes, the max factor will come back." And well, we've had 2 wet practice sessions, so let's see what today now, brings us. Then I want to move on to Lewis Hamilton, because he's promised that he will try and beat teammate George Russell in qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix this weekend, following a frustrating Monaco qualifying. Hamilton was left frustrated at the Monaco Grand Prix by suggesting that favouritism had a part to play in his poor performance in Mercedes, after being out-qualified by Russell for the 7th time in 8 races. Hamilton said, "I don't know if it's a turn down or something, but performance comes away from my car for some reason. I expect it now. Every time I get to qualifying, I already know that I'm going to lose a couple of tenths." Hamilton then went on to say, "I don't anticipate being ahead of George in qualifying this year." But then Toto Wolff has fiercely denied any favouritism between his 2 drivers in response to Hamilton's comments. One of the key factors playing into Russell's hands in Monaco was an upgraded front wing that was not on Hamilton's car. This will not be the case in Montreal though, with Wolff confirming that both drivers will be running equal upgrades. Wolff explained, "That progress isn't yet shown in terms of positions, but if we can continue to close the gap to the fastest cars, we know it will in due course. Both drivers will have the updated front wings in Canada, plus some other development items. With the new upgrades on his car for this weekend's race, Hamilton was feeling more positive in Canada. When asked if Mercedes could be on the podium, he said, "I don't think it's far away. We've got the upgrade. Both of the cars have the upgrade this weekend, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that feels actually on track." Hamilton was then asked if he could out-qualify Russell on Saturday. He responded, "I'll try." I don't understand this, because I don't think for 1 minute Mercedes are going to turn down any of the power settings on the Mercedes power unit in Lewis's car because they don't want him outscoring or beating George Russell in the head-to-head in qualifying or anything like that. That's just a no-brainer. They're not going to do that. Obviously they're going to try and keep certain things from him as he moves closer to moving to Ferrari. That's understandable. No different to Adrian Newey being kept out of meetings now with Red Bull. Yes, I can understand not knowing everything that's going on with the car, but at the same time, I really, really don't know why he would suggest there's favouritism and that they're turning the power down on his car. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. So anyway, we'll find out later on today exactly how that goes. But anyway, that's all I got for you for the moment. I really and truly do appreciate you all for sticking by me while I hadn't uploaded videos for a while. Like I said, you look at the statistics, you think, oh, everything's going backwards, why do I bother? I know I'm just whinging, but I'll get over it. So anyway, hopefully I will have a video for you tomorrow night. Thank you so much indeed for your comments, your likes and your shares. I really and truly do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and thank you once again. And of course, if you do like what I do, please consider pressing the like button, also press the subscribe button, and also press the notification bell so you get those all important future warnings of my uploads. And as always, until the next time, take care.